Welcome to Love English Lab. Today, we want to explore something that every learner experiences at some point: the habit of translating in your head. Many people wake up, think in their first language, and then try to rebuild every thought in English. It feels slow, heavy, and sometimes frustrating. Our goal in this lesson is to show you how to move away from translation and start thinking directly in English. When ideas come first and words simply follow, fluency feels more natural.
I really like that image. Ideas first, words following. When I first started learning another language, I had this little voice in my head, like a clumsy translator, always trying to catch up. That translator would grab the closest word, not always the right one, and it would break the flow of what I wanted to say. Over time, I discovered that there's a friendlier way, building an inner voice in English that speaks before the translator even shows up.
Exactly. Think of it like changing the settings on your phone. At first, it feels strange, but soon your fingers learn the new layout without thinking. Switching to English in your mind works the same way. In this lesson, we'll keep things practical and gentle. If one of us doesn't find the perfect word right away, we'll paraphrase. We'll use simpler phrases. We'll keep the idea moving. Remember, fluency isn't about perfection, it's about flow.
And we're going to keep it connected to real life. No long theory, no heavy grammar lectures. We'll focus on the way people actually talk when they plan their day, order coffee, write a quick message, or describe something simple they see. Thinking in English happens in those ordinary moments that repeat every day. When you repeat small phrases in English, they become familiar, and that familiarity makes you faster.
Here's our promise. We're going to guide you toward English first thinking without breaking the rhythm. We'll show you that small corrections are fine, but you don't need to stop the conversation to polish grammar. What you need is steady forward motion. With practice, you'll notice that you're able to carry meaning without translating word by word.
If your brain starts drifting back to translation, don't worry. That's normal. Just bring it gently forward again. Ask yourself, what's the idea I want to express? Then let English shape it. You don't need the perfect word. You just need enough language to carry the thought to the next step. That's what we'll model, moving meaning forward in English.
To help you, we'll use three main strategies. First, we'll work with small, ready-made phrases called chunks that you can use without building every sentence from scratch. Second, we'll practice turning everyday experiences into simple English lines, describing what we see, hear, or do. And third, we'll show you how to handle moments of pressure, like quick questions, by choosing English without hesitation.
By the end of this lesson, you'll see that thinking in English is not about big speeches. It's about small, steady steps. It's about giving your brain permission to stay in English, even when the words aren't perfect. And the more you practice, the quieter that inner translator becomes.
So, are you ready to flip the switch from translation to natural English?
Let's get started.
Let's begin with the very first moment of your day. Before you check your phone, before you even leave your bed, you have a chance to switch on your English mode. It doesn't need to be complicated. You can start with just one short sentence in English about right now. Something like, I'm awake. The room is quiet. I need water. These simple lines flip the switch from translation to direct thinking.
I love that. It's like a gentle click, not a big ceremony. I often sit up and tell myself little English phrases. Window open. Fresh air. Good morning. If I don't know a word, I don't panic. I replace it with something close. For example, if I can't remember blanket, I just say, the soft cover. The meaning moves forward. And I stay inside English.
That's the secret. Movement. Silence invites your old translator back. But even a simple line like coffee now feeds fluency. And because mornings repeat every single day, they are perfect for practice. You turn off the alarm, open the blinds, brush your teeth, drink something. Those repeated actions are renewable opportunities to think in English.
Exactly. I like to build a small morning loop. While I brush my teeth, I think 2 minutes, circles, rinse, fresh. While I make tea, I think kettle on, water boiling, mug ready. These aren't complex sentences, but they're alive. They connect language to action. And every morning, the loop repeats, which makes the English voice stronger.
Learners often ask, but won't I make mistakes? And my answer is yes, and that's fine. If the choice is between silence or simple English, always choose simple English. For example, I might say, I do my bed, and then correct it softly, I make my bed. That correction is not a stop sign, it's just a tap on the shoulder. You noticed, you adjusted, you moved on.
I do that too. I might say, the water boils. Wait, the water is boiling. I hear myself. I fix it in English, and I keep going. The important part is never to switch into another language to analyze the mistake. If you do that, you break the flow. But if you correct inside English, your brain learns naturally.
Another great trick is to anchor English phrases to specific places. For example, the kitchen gets kitchen phrases. Fridge open, eggs inside, pan hot. The bathroom gets bathroom phrases. Shower on, soap ready, towel here. The desk gets work phrases. Computer on, notes ready, focus now. You connect the space to a little set of English lines.
That's so helpful because your environment becomes a reminder. When I sit at my desk, I naturally think, let's start. One email first. When I leave the house, I think keys, phone, bag, let's go. Over time, those phrases become automatic. I don't translate them anymore. They just appear.
You can also use questions and answers with yourself. For example, what's first today? Coffee or tea? Tea today. These micro questions keep your brain active in English. They make the inner voice conversational, not robotic.
Yes, and they build curiosity, which is very powerful. I sometimes look outside and ask, what's the weather? Clouds today. Maybe rain later. It's not about poetry, it's about staying in English. Little questions pull you forward, and the answers come naturally.
Here's something practical. Create a 3-step English routine every morning. Step 1. Describe one action. I'm brushing my teeth. Step 2. Describe one object. The towel is soft. Step 3. Describe one plan. I need to write today. That's it. 3 simple lines, less than a minute, and you've started your day in English.
I like that because it feels achievable. Everyone has 1 minute. And those 3 lines are seeds. If you water them daily, your inner English voice grows. And once it grows in the morning, it follows you through the day.
Let's try a shared scene. Imagine you're opening the window in the morning.
Handle up! Window open, fresh air, clouds outside.
Perfect. Now I'll do coffee. Beans ready, grinder on, steam rising, first sip warm. See, no translation, no stress, just small English snapshots.
And don't worry if you repeat the same lines every day. Repetition is not boring. It's training. Athletes repeat moves, musicians repeat scales, language learners repeat phrases. The more you say them, the more natural they become.
Yes, and remember, fluency lives in ordinary actions. You don't need a dramatic story to practice English. You need everyday routines. Waking up, making a drink, getting dressed, stepping outside. If you can think in English there, you can think in English anywhere.
So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, say 3 small sentences in English about what you're doing or seeing. Keep them short, keep them simple, keep them moving. That little choice can change the whole day.
And with time, you'll notice something amazing. You won't need to remind yourself, think in English. You'll just wake up, stretch, and the words will already be there.
That's the power of starting your day in English.
In Chapter 1, we focused on starting the day with small sentences. Now we're going to take it one step further by using something very powerful. Chunks. Chunks are ready-made pieces of language, phrases that native speakers use all the time. When you use them, your English feels faster, more natural, and less like translation.
Exactly. Instead of building every sentence brick by brick, you carry a few short walls that are already built. For example, instead of thinking, I will go to the store later because I need bread. You can just say, I'm going to swing by the store later. The phrase swing by comes as a package. You don't need to invent it.
That's the beauty of chunks. They're like shortcuts. And the good news is you don't need hundreds to feel fluent. Even 10 or 20 can change the rhythm of your English completely.
Let's try some useful ones. One of my favorites is sounds good. It works everywhere. If a friend suggests meeting later, you can just say, sounds good. At work, if someone explains the plan, you can say, sounds good. Short, natural, clear.
Another one is no worries. It replaces long sentences like, it's not a problem, don't think about it. Instead, you say, no worries, easy and friendly.
Or, by the way, it's a smooth connector. Instead of jumping suddenly to a new topic, you can say, by the way, did you finish the report? It gives your conversation a natural flow.
Notice how these chunks also carry tone. No worries is friendly. Sounds good is positive. By the way is casual. When you use them, you're not only faster, you also sound more natural.
Learners often think chunks are lazy, but they're not lazy. They're efficient. They give you ready-made grammar and intonation. Think of would you mind? For example, would you mind opening the window? That little phrase already carries politeness. You don't have to calculate it.
Let's model a mini scene. I'll invite you to lunch. Hey, I'm thinking of grabbing something light around 1. Want to join?
Sounds good. I'm kind of in the mood for soup. If they don't have it, no big deal. I'll take a salad. Either way, I'll text you when I'm close.
Perfect. Did you hear the chunks? Sounds good. In the mood for? No big deal. Either way. That's 4 chunks in just a few sentences.
And because they're ready, they speed up your brain. You don't pause to build grammar. You just drop the chunk into place.
Here's another example. Imagine you want to politely say no. You can use I wish I could, but it sounds kind, not rude. For instance, I wish I could help, but I'm busy right now.
Or I see your point, but that's great for gentle disagreement. I see your point, but I think we should try another option. The phrase gives you a safe ramp to say no without sounding aggressive.
We can also use chunks for time and quantity. Words like a bit, a couple of, right away. Instead of saying, I will wait for 5 minutes and then try again, you can say, I'll wait a bit and try again.
Exactly. Or for a while. I haven't seen her for a while. It sounds soft, natural, and flexible. You don't have to calculate the exact time.
Let's play a quick exercise. I'll give a simple sentence and you replace it with a chunk. Ready?
Ready.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Or even, I have no idea.
Good. Now, I agree.
Fair enough. Or, that works for me.
Nice. One more. I don't care.
Either way is fine. Or, it doesn't matter to me.
See, chunks expand your options and keep you sounding natural.
Learners sometimes ask, how do I remember chunks? The answer is, echo them. When you hear a good phrase, repeat it later in your own sentence. If a friend says, keep it simple, you can use it later. Let's keep this project simple. Reuse is memory.
Yes, echoing is powerful. I once heard someone say, quick heads up. Later that day, I said, quick heads up, the meeting is moved to 3, and now it's part of my English.
Another helpful trick is to group chunks by function. For example, suggestions. How about we? Why don't we? We could always. Another option is, you keep a small family of phrases ready.
Exactly. Or for enthusiasm. I'm all for it. Count me in. Totally in. Having a set like this means you're never stuck for words.
And remember, chunks are not only useful, they also carry melody. Listen. There you go. That's it. Sounds good. The intonation is built in. When you use the phrase, you borrow its music.
I love that idea. The music of English. That's why chunks feel so natural. They're not just grammar, they're rhythm and tone.
So, here's your challenge. Choose 5 chunks from this chapter and use them today. Maybe sounds good, no worries, by the way. Would you mind? And fair enough. Try them in real conversations or even with yourself.
And don't worry about using them perfectly. The goal is to make them automatic. The more you use them, the more they become part of your English voice.
Thinking in chunks is one of the fastest ways to stop translating. Instead of building each sentence word by word, you're grabbing ready-made pieces, and that makes you faster, clearer, and more confident.
Exactly. So, keep your chunk toolbox with you. Add new ones as you hear them. And most importantly, use them every day.
Chunks aren't decoration. They're the rails of fluent conversation.
And the more you ride on those rails, the smoother your English will feel. In Chapter 2, we learned how chunks make conversations faster and more natural. Now we're going to explore another key habit, describing what you see, hear, and feel directly in English. This step helps you stop translating because you connect English words straight to your senses.
Yes, and this is powerful because your senses are always active. You see things, you hear sounds, you feel textures, you notice smells. Every moment is a chance to think in English, even when you're alone.
Let's start simple. Look around right now. I see my desk, I see my notebook, I see a pen. Those are easy, direct sentences. I see my desk. I see a notebook. I see a pen. No translation, just English for the objects in front of me.
Exactly. And when I do the same, I add small details. I see my phone on the table. The screen is black. The case is blue. The cable is on the floor. Notice how short and clear those sentences are. No need for perfect grammar, no need for special words. Just English connected to vision.
You can expand beyond vision. Listen to sounds. For example, I hear a car outside. I hear a door closing. I hear voices in the hallway. These sentences keep my brain inside English.
I hear my laptop fan. I hear footsteps upstairs. I hear the clock ticking. See? These are simple sentences, but they train the brain. Instead of translating, we're observing directly in English.
Touch is also useful. Right now, I feel the chair under me. I feel the desk with my hand. I feel the keys on the keyboard. Again, simple lines, but effective.
I feel the warm cup in my hand. I feel the paper when I turn the page. I feel the cold air from the window. Each phrase links a sensation directly to English.
Learners sometimes worry about vocabulary. They think, what if I don't know the exact word? That's fine. You can use a simple phrase to describe. For example, if you don't know cushion, you can say the small pillow on the sofa. The idea still works.
Yes, or if you don't know the word sink, you can say, the place where you wash your hands. You don't stop, you keep moving. That's how fluency grows, by keeping the flow alive, even with simple words.
Let's try a micro scene. I'll describe what I see in the kitchen. I see a cup. The cup is white. The coffee is hot. The spoon is on the plate. The sugar is next to the cup. Short, direct sentences.
Now I'll describe a park. I see trees. The leaves are green. The grass is wet. A dog is running. A child is laughing. Again, no special grammar, just simple English linked to the scene.
The same works for smells. I smell coffee. I smell bread. I smell fresh air, short and powerful.
And for feelings too. I feel tired. I feel happy. I feel ready. Emotions are also part of real English.
This technique has another benefit. It helps you prepare for conversations. Imagine you're at the airport. If you practice saying, I see the sign, I see the gate, I hear the announcement, then when someone asks you about your flight, you're ready.
Yes, you've already connected English to the environment. The words are in your mouth before you need them. That's how you sound natural when speaking with others.
Let's make it practical for learners. Choose one room in your house and describe 3 objects in English. Then describe 3 sounds. Then describe 3 things you feel or touch. That's 9 sentences of practice and it only takes 2 minutes.
And don't worry about being repetitive. Repetition is good. If you say, I see my desk every day, that phrase becomes automatic. Later you can expand it. I see my wooden desk. I see my big desk with books on top. Step by step,
Another good idea is to practice with photos. Open a photo on your phone and describe it. I see two people. They are smiling. I see a dog. The dog is small. I see the sea. The water is blue. Photos give you unlimited practice material.
Or use windows. Look outside and describe. I see cars. The cars are moving. I see the street. The street is empty. I see the sky. The sky is gray. It's free practice. Always available.
You can even do this when walking. Narrate to yourself. I see the store. The lights are on. I hear music. I feel the wind. This creates an English bubble around your daily life.
And the bubble is important. The more you live in English, the less you need to translate. Your brain starts connecting English directly to life, not through your first language.
Let's end this chapter with a short dialogue that models this habit.
I see the window. The sun is strong. I hear the birds. The air feels warm.
I see the notebook. The page is full. I hear the pen on the paper. I feel calm.
Simple, right? But if you practice this every day, your English will grow fast.
Exactly. It's not about difficult grammar. It's about training your brain to live in English step by step.
So the challenge is, pick 3 senses today, sight, sound, and touch, and describe them in English for 5 minutes. No translation, just English.
The more you do this, the stronger your English voice becomes.
And soon, you'll notice you don't need to think in your first language at all.
You'll see the world and the words will come naturally in English. So far, we've practiced small sentences, useful chunks, and describing the world with our senses. But what happens when someone suddenly asks you a question? Many learners freeze. They think, translate, and then speak. That pause makes everything harder.
Right. And the problem isn't knowledge, it's timing. Your brain wants the perfect words, but while you're searching, the moment is gone. That's why we need to train for speed. Not speed to be fast for no reason, but speed to keep the flow alive.
Exactly. Think of it as a 3-second window. Someone asks, "What's your plan today?" You breathe once and you answer inside that window. Even if your answer is simple, it keeps the conversation moving.
Let's try it. Ask me a question and I'll answer quickly.
Okay, what's for dinner tonight?
Pasta with a little salad. Easy and fast, see? Not perfect, not complicated, but clear.
Perfect example. Now I'll try. You ask me something.
When will you finish your work?
By 6, I think. If not, maybe a bit later. Simple and direct.
That's the point. The translator in your head wants to plan a long, perfect sentence. But fluency is about short, clear answers first. Then, if you need, you can add details.
Yes, like this. I'm done by 6. If not, maybe a bit later, but before 7. Start simple, then expand. That's how you stay in control.
Learners often ask, but what if I make a mistake? The answer, it's fine. Mistakes are part of fast thinking. If you notice one, you can fix it quickly inside English. For example, he goes to the store. Tiny correction, no pause.
I do that all the time. I start with, I do my bed, make my bed, and I keep going. No need to stop the conversation.
Another tool is rescue phrases. They give you time to think while keeping the flow. For example, what I mean is, or, let me put it another way. If your first sentence feels messy, you can repair it with one of these.
Yes, like, it looks bad. What I mean is, it looks difficult right now. The rescue phrase buys time and keeps the message clear.
Or, I don't know the exact word, but it's like. This way, you explain the idea with simple English, no translation needed.
We can also prepare safe openings. For example, from what I see, the main thing is, in this case, these phrases start the sentence while your brain catches up.
Let's model a micro scene at work. You ask me, can you explain the problem with the report?
Sure. The main thing is the numbers don't match. We need to double check the data.
Good. Now I'll try. The main problem is timing. We're late with the last section. If we fix that, it's fine. Both are quick answers that move forward.
Another trick is to use one sentence answers under pressure. Instead of building long paragraphs, just say, "We need more time." Then, if the person wants more, they'll ask.
Yes, short is safe. It gives you confidence and reduces stress. And when you feel calm, your sentences improve naturally.
Filler words also help if used correctly. Words like well, so, actually, anyway, they give you 1 or 2 seconds without silence. For example, well, the short answer is yes.
I use actually a lot. Like, actually, I think we can do it tomorrow. It sounds natural and gives me time to think.
Another good method is to summarize. If you're not sure how to explain everything, just give the short version. The short version is we need more staff. This shows clarity and keeps the flow alive.
Exactly. Summaries are safe and useful. They let you speak without pressure, and then you can add more later.
Let's practice with some fast questions. Ready?
Ready.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening.
Good. Next, what's your favorite season?
Spring. The weather feels perfect, not too hot, not too cold.
Nice. Now you ask me.
Okay, what's your weekend plan?
Relax, maybe watch a movie. If the weather's good, a walk.
Perfect. Short, natural answers. That's all we need.
Here's the challenge for learners. Practice one breath answers. Take a question, breathe, answer in one sentence. Don't wait for the translator.
Yes, and remember, mistakes are okay. Rescue phrases are your friends. Filler words are helpers. Short answers are powerful. The goal isn't perfect grammar. The goal is to keep moving.
Fluency grows from motion, not from silence.
So, practice with a friend or practice alone with questions in your head. What's next? What do I need? Answer quickly. The more you train, the easier it gets.
And when a real conversation happens, you'll be ready. Your English will come out naturally without waiting for translation.
That's the magic of fast thinking. Simple, clear, and alive.
In the last chapter, we practiced speaking fast under pressure. Now we'll look at something calmer but just as important, everyday loops. Loops are small routines you repeat every day. If you connect them to English, you'll practice naturally without adding extra study time.
Exactly. Think about it. You wake up, you get dressed, you make breakfast, you check your phone, you go to work. These actions happen again and again. If you practice English during these moments, your fluency grows automatically.
Let's start with mornings. When I wake up, I try to use a few short English sentences. I'm awake. Time to get up. I need coffee. It's a loop because I say the same thing every day.
I do the same with breakfast. While I make tea, I think in English. Water is boiling. The cup is ready. Tea bag in. It's not complicated, but it trains my brain every morning.
Commuting is another loop. When I walk to work, I look around and describe in English. The street is busy. A bus is coming. The air feels cold. It's simple, but because I do it daily, my brain gets used to English.
Yes, and the office has loops too. When I open my computer, I think, check emails, finish one task first. When I leave, I think, close the laptop, turn off the light, ready to go. These little sentences connect English to real actions.
Shopping is a good loop for practice. At the store, I say to myself, where are the apples? I need bread. Let's find milk. Later, if I need to ask the staff, I already have the words in my head.
I do this at the gym. While I exercise, I keep short lines in English. 10 minutes left. Keep going. Breathe slowly. It's motivating, and it makes English part of my daily rhythm.
Messages and texts are also loops. Instead of overthinking, I use short, clear English. On my way. Running 5 minutes late. See you soon. These small messages are powerful practice.
Phone calls, too. I often start with a ready-made loop. Hi, how are you? just calling to check in. Or when I finish, thanks for your time. Talk later. Because I repeat these, they feel automatic.
Exactly. Loops work because they're repeated. Every time you repeat, the English becomes faster. And the best part? You don't need extra study time. You're just living your life, but in English.
Let's give some examples learners can try. For mornings, good morning. Time to shower. What's for breakfast? For evenings, dinner is ready. I'm tired. Time to sleep.
For work, check the report. Send the email. Meeting at 10 for shopping. I need rice. I need fruit. I need water.
For social moments, how are you? Nice to see you. Take care. For transport, where's the bus? It's late. Almost home.
Notice how short these are. The goal isn't long sentences. The goal is consistency. Repeat them every day and your English voice gets stronger.
Another way is to connect English to places. In the kitchen, you have kitchen loops. Cup, plate, spoon, ready. At the desk, you have work loops. One email first. Focus now. At the door, you have leaving loops. Keys, wallet, phone, let's go.
That's great advice. Location triggers memory. When you're in the kitchen, your brain remembers the kitchen phrases. Over time, English becomes natural in that space.
Learners sometimes worry, is this too basic? But basic is powerful. If you practice English in daily loops, you'll find that in bigger conversations, the small sentences support the big ones.
Exactly. Think of it like exercise. Push-ups look simple, but if you do them daily, you get stronger. English loops are the push-ups of fluency.
Let's model a short day with loops.
Morning. Wake up. Shower time. Coffee ready.
At work, check emails. Meeting soon. Write the report.
Lunch. I'm hungry. Let's eat. Back to work.
Evening. Dinner is ready. Relax now. Time to rest.
That's a whole day of English without extra study. Just loops.
And the beauty is, you can always expand. Instead of coffee ready, you can say, coffee smells good. First sip feels warm. Step by step, your English grows.
Here's a challenge. Choose 3 daily loops, morning, work, and evening. Add 3 sentences in English for each. That's 9 sentences you'll repeat every day. In 1 week, you'll have said them 60 times.
And after a month, they'll be automatic. You won't think, you'll just say them. That's fluency.
Everyday loops are small, but they're powerful. They make English part of your life, not just part of your study.
And when English is part of your life, translation disappears.
That's the goal, thinking directly in English every day. We've reached the end of this lesson, but really it's the beginning of a new way of thinking. Let's take a moment to remember what we practiced.
Yes. First, we started small, with simple sentences in the morning. I'm awake. I need coffee. Time to go. That little habit flips the switch. It shows that fluency doesn't start with big speeches. It starts with 3 or 4 easy lines.
Then we added chunks. Those ready-made phrases like sounds good, no worries, and by the way. They save time, carry the right tone, and make you sound natural.
After that, we learned to describe the world with our senses. I see the window. I hear the car. I feel the chair. Ordinary life became a playground for English. Every object, every sound, every feeling turned into practice.
And in Chapter 4, we faced the real challenge, speaking under pressure. No translation, no long pauses, just short, clear answers in a 3-second window. I'll finish by 6. I'm not sure, but maybe later. That practice keeps conversations alive.
Finally, in Chapter 5, we built loops. Morning loops, work loops, shopping loops, evening loops. These small, repeated sentences make English part of daily life. Keys, wallet, phone. Let's go. Dinner is ready. Time to rest. With loops, fluency becomes automatic.
So what's the lesson? You don't need to wait for perfect grammar. You don't need to memorize long lists of words. You just need to live in English, little by little, every day.
Exactly. Fluency grows from small stones, not from giant walls. Every short sentence you use in the morning, every chunk you echo in conversation, every quick answer you give under pressure, they're all steps forward.
Learners sometimes ask, how long will it take? The truth is, it depends on how often you practice. But if you connect English to your daily routines, progress is much faster than you think.
And remember, mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is the enemy. If you make a mistake, correct it gently and keep going. He go, he goes. That's enough. Forward motion is more important than perfection.
Here's something practical. Tonight, choose 3 loops you already do every day, maybe making coffee, checking your phone, and going to bed. Prepare 3 English sentences for each. Repeat them daily for 1 week. That's 63 sentences without studying a single grammar book.
And when you're ready, add more. Add 5 chunks to your toolbox. Add quick answers under pressure. Add descriptions with your senses. Slowly, English stops being something you study and starts being something you live.
That's the dream, right? To think in English naturally, without translation, without stress. To order food, chat with a friend, or explain your plan. All in clear, simple English.
Yes, and it's possible. If you practice like this, English becomes your voice, not a second language in the back of your mind, but the way you see the world.
So let's close with a promise. Hannah, what's yours?
My promise is this: I'll keep using English for my morning routine. Even when I'm tired, I'll say 1 or 2 lines. Because small steps are strong steps.
I love that. My promise is to use chunks every day. Sounds good. No worries. By the way, those little tools make conversations easier, and I want them to be automatic.
Listeners, what's your promise? Maybe you'll choose to practice 3 daily loops. Maybe you'll choose to answer fast in English once a day. Whatever you choose, keep it small and keep it consistent.
Fluency isn't built in one giant moment, it's built in 100 small ones.
And every small moment you choose English, you're training your brain to stay in English.
So keep it light, keep it kind, keep it moving.
And remember, you already have enough English to begin. You don't need perfect words, you just need forward motion.
That's the path to natural fluency.
Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to see how far your English voice can go.
Until next time, stay in English, stay confident, and keep practicing in your daily life.
And we'll see you in the next lesson.